Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing parkour, as I like to do for update videos. Granted, this is a bit more than an update video. I'm just going to do a warm-up of failing to get up here first. But, you guys can see if I say parkour. But today I thought I would go over the progress of 2024 and some of the plans for 25. And so I started my YouTube, I don't remember when, mainly to follow people and pretty much warrior cat animations. Apparently roughly 12 years ago, when YouTube was very much baby. And maybe parkour is not the best option to do this, but it's fine. But yeah, I started it way back, and then the first stuff I really uploaded was Warrior Cat Chat Room. I don't know if anyone remembers that, because I just have long since deleted that. It was happening around the time The Forgotten Warrior came out. So, yeah, it's old. Half decent at parkour, surprisingly. But, yeah. And then, all of 2023, maybe a little bit 22, I did think I wanted to start uploading to YouTube, mainly to ramble all my cat stuff. You see how well that's turned out. Most of my cat stuff I've not rambled about, surprisingly. But yeah. March 13th of this year, 13th, not 15th, I started uploading to YouTube. It was mostly Minecraft videos, to be honest. It's expanded out. I still don't know if I'm going to stream or not. It's a matter of I need to figure out a good time for that and when I can even do it consistently. And as those things are right now, that's not something I can figure out. And you figure, like, you could do on the weekends. I can't. Saturdays are D&D days, and Fridays our brilliant DM decided we should get some bonding in and do game night. And if you're wondering why game night's so far few in between, just a little PSI. Basically, it's not guaranteed to be every Friday. It depends if the DM has some stuff to do. It also depends on what the game is. Like, we've been doing an online Cards Against Humanity, and I don't want to upload any of the ones that are a bit more mature to the channel. So there's that. Plus, I don't have to record every single one of them. Fun fact, the one for this month was literally recorded the second week of December or something like that. Or the week before it needs to come out, I don't know. I'm behind on uploading stuff. But yeah. Okay, since I failed that, let me bring up my email real quick. Because YouTube gave me numbers. Where is it? I just swore YouTube gave me how I did for the year. It's probably hiding behind all the Barnes and Noble stuff. Because books. Why did I not see it? Did I accidentally delete it? Granted, I could check from the computer and not my phone. Okay. There we go. I'll put the screenshot in the video. So, my year on 2024. 15 new subscribers. That's a lie. It's 16, like a week, like less than a week after they sent me this, I gained another subscriber, so I'm at 22 now, not 21. I apparently have had 1,172 views. I don't know how decent that is for someone who has that many subscribers. 20 likes and 6 comments and 3 shares. And apparently my top video was my sport video where I had to restart due to my laptop deciding to off itself. So I needed to swap to computer, and that was something that was not saved when I transferred to computer. On top of me having to deal with my computer at first having some issues because something went wrong, where it was just crashing, which got fixed within about a week or two of it happening. So, little backstory of further around when I started uploading to YouTube. Part of it was for D&D videos. Heck, I did a test run for the D&D videos with my own campaign, Dragon's Blood, which gets mentioned from time to time. And our DM's, one of DM's characters, Chiyu, is actually from that campaign. I actually recorded all of it. One of the videos doesn't have audio because OBS updated it and I didn't realize I needed to refix the sound. So that was fun. I don't think I'm gonna post Dragon's Blood ever. I might do a mini recap of the whole thing, but not the whole thing in itself is gonna get uploaded here. It's just gonna remain on unlisted simply because, yeah. It was before we got into the practice of saying each other's names, aka our DM Scarlet the Furry, also known as Shadow-Hearted. She doesn't want her IRL name said. I'm fine as long as it's just my first name. Steven's fine as long as it's first name. Couple people, I forget who, which can't remember if the one we do. I think Tracy's fine with it because they've said their name during videos and they said they don't care, but it's a bit weird. Dog Spy is not fine with his name being said. Zenrift isn't fine, or White Frost, whatever she wants to go by. And that's fine. Each their own. It's just we need to make sure we don't slip up. And the main place we record with all of them is in D&D. So, on another note, in D&D videos, I'm fine recording them. It's perfectly fine for me. Doing D&D is great. I love it. It brings out so many laughs. At least out of me. The downside about D&D, the videos are long. And I mean long, they're anywhere between an hour and I think 4.5. We've done some recordings that have gone probably longer than they should, which means they're the longest video I have to edit. So when it comes to editing videos, for the most part, if it's just a solo vid, I don't need to worry. I can just, as long as I already have a description, I don't really need to re-watch the whole thing. Like, if I know I got interrupted, I will watch it to cut that out. But yeah. D&D videos, I actually have to watch through the entire video. And at first, I was just cutting through everything that needs to be cut to make it shorter, make sure names are cut, sound muffles on my end from my mic, or potentially me eating, like in session 12, which I just finished editing the day before I record this. So I got that done the 18th, today's the 19th. And then this is going up the 28th. Basically, I was eating pizza because during D&D, it's usually when I'm eating dinner. Because my family has a late dinner. So, I like to cut that out. And then, the thing is, it's taking me too long to edit them because the videos on average are about 2 hours. At least I think on average they're about 2 hours. But basically, it's taking me too long to edit them. Plus, I do plan to do a cleaner cut where, while you won't just be seeing my character sheet, instead, you're gonna get art of potentially the scenes with maybe me putting what the roles were. Because I can just look it up on YouTube. Either through my channel or if I still have the videos. Because that would make it go faster, especially since I do know for a fact some of the upcoming sessions I need to record are 4 hours long or 3 hours long. And the thing is, when I get to the D&D videos, I'm usually stuck on them for about 3 days because of that. Which I really can't be, especially if I'm struggling to keep up. And the worst part is, I'm being ambitious. I want to upload more next year. Universim and potentially Spore. Probably I'm gonna have to do Spore, even though I didn't level the schedule for that. But Universim, I know I love to record in batches. I can spend a couple hours just recording a couple episodes and I'll be fine. And me getting confused on that, it's not extremely bad. It's only extremely bad when I haven't done it in months. Oh, I actually did it. That's impressive for myself. Okay. How do I... Okay. So basically... Yeah. Universim, I can see myself having a bunch of them because it's easy for me mentally to just do a bunch of videos for that. It really is. But when it comes to Spore, I'm one video away from doing Space Stage with Steven. And I know for a fact, once I hit Space Stage, if he's not available, I'm just gonna ditch him. If he's not free to do a video, I'm not gonna just wait for him to be available for Spore, because Spore, I cannot do that. Because once I hit Space Stage, and I know Space Stage is the longest stage, I can't let myself get confused about who's the best trade, who I'm trading with, who I'm at war with. Granted, who I'm at war with usually is obvious. So once I hit Space Stage, which literally is gonna be one of the first videos of the year, technically speaking, even though it's the last one of the last videos for the current lineup. Basically, the current lineup as is more or less how things are going to more or less remain. There's some videos that are going to happen more often, like Universe Sim, because I can do them in batches easily. Also, Universe Sim is also going to be there for holidays because I find it funny that it naturally landed on 2 holidays this year, so I put it for funsies on Christmas as well. So Universe Sim is going to be whatever days it is, potentially twice a day or a week. And yeah. And then Sport, as I said, it's Space Stage. I'm gonna have to do it constantly. Especially since Space Stage is long and I eventually want to do the challenge of being blind, well, colorblind, I guess, with each difficulty for each route. And then a final route where I guess I'll fight the Groks, and I'll just skip straight to Space Stage. Well, not fight the Groks, I guess side with the Groks. Or just kill everybody. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get there. Therefore, so how things I think are gonna go is I have a rough idea for how it's gonna start, but not how it's gonna end. Basically, one thing I need to keep in mind is Dog Spy, who I do record with. He's not available till either March or April. So I want to give him a buffer of at least a week or two, maybe 3, maybe a full month after he gets freed up from whichever one of the 100 plus drop courses. I know which one it is, but I'm not saying. But yeah, he needs to finish up there. There's no rush on my end for him because it's gonna happen by the end of the year. Well, not by the end of this year, but by halfway next year, it will have happened. And he'll be freed up. Granted, I don't know how free he's gonna be, hence why it's gonna be maybe a month, maybe longer, maybe a little less. It just depends on how things go. But the plan is Raft, until then, is going to be bi-weekly. And I do a backup plan if we don't have enough Raft videos before he's freed up. Because Steven was not available and he's the game host. So, episode whatever last episode we recorded is might end up only being a partial episode because someone got off halfway through what would have been normally an episode. AKA he got pulled away. Which I can't fully blame him for, but at the same time, him not being free is a pain. I don't even know if I can make that jump. But basically, yeah. I do a backup plan if I don't have enough Raft recorded. Because technically speaking, we started recording Ranch Sim. And I'll use that little bit of Ranch Sim as a buffer. And then Ranch Sim will get placed wherever it's going to get placed. Basically, my lineup is going to change as the year progresses. I might be being too ambitious with some of the stuff I'm putting in there, as in, I don't know if I'll be free enough to record all of it. Let me see. Series I have taken off. Let me briefly discuss them. Niche. I just wasn't interested enough. So, if people want that to come back, just tell me. I still have that save. Sky Factory 4. I don't know. That's relying on Steven. Fields of Mistra. I might actually wait on that. Make sure I'm stable and able to keep up my pace of everything, especially when Steven's not available. And maybe make up backup video ideas for when he's not available and I really needed him to record and he was not available. Because that's the problem with recording with Steven sometimes, is he's just not available or he just wants to watch anime, which I don't blame him. Anime is good. And we're watching anime together for random shit. We've gone through a chunk of them. At least a small chunk. Granted, most of the anime I've seen before. So it's not like it's new content for me, but it's beside the point. Basically, it's a matter of Steven being available and wanting to record for the group videos. It's not so much Dog Spy, because, as I said, he's currently busy. And even when he gets freed in March or April, I want to make sure he's stable enough to record, or just be able to do in general, before I strictly send myself to a schedule that. I made that jump and I failed immediately. But yeah. So the schedule is going to change partway through the year. The plan is for me to, as I said, add Universe Sim and stuff. Let me actually look at my Excel sheet real quick. Because the current schedule is Raft alternate with Universe Sim, modded Minecraft for Mondays. On Sundays is Raft and it's alternating with Universe Sim every other week. And then it's modded Minecraft. Modded Adventures, I sadly think is not going to come back in the same way. I think I have to redo the pack because it was working fine, and then I entered the Nether, and then it refused to come back to me. And it kept crashing in the Nether. So I don't know what happened because I didn't add any packs. I think I might have removed a pack or something, but it wouldn't be anything that affects the Nether. So I don't understand what the issue is. Like, I'm gonna give it probably another try some point after this video. And if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna rebuild the pack. I should. And then Tuesdays is D&D alternated with Minecraft Dungeons or some random video like Steven playing Pumpkin Panic, and me watching, or me rambling about Tales of Razi. And then Thursdays for alternated with Universe Sim. Wednesdays is Clan Chat. I don't know why I just skipped that. Fridays is Realms alternated with Stardew. And then Saturdays is occasional random videos for me. D&D game night, aka the last Saturday of the night is our Dean Group's game night video. And starting next year, D&D will be gaining a video on the first Saturday of the month. And Steven thrust this upon me. We have started 7 Days to Die, but it's really 30 Days to Die. Because, yeah, he altered that. Some things I want to add to the lineup is Supermarket Together. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Slime Rancher. I don't know when I'll do that. But the plan is to do all of Slime Rancher and then go into Slime Rancher 2. Games I don't know what I'm adding, but is going to be added to the lineup is one Ranch Sim. As I said, right now it's just a backup to Raft. Farm Sim, because Dogsby wanted to play Farm Sim, and I don't mind playing that with him. It's just I need to learn how to drive the vehicles. Because, yeah, I don't know how to drive the vehicles that well. GTA 5 might be also added to the lineup. I just need to be able to figure out how to get it to allow me to leave the tab so I can actually go to OBS and record it, or I need to just accept the fact that I'm gonna have to stream the whole thing and figure out real quick if it's gonna copy my Discord so I know if I need to turn off the notifications of servers, because I don't need that being in my random Discord notifications. Because I wouldn't mind adding GTA to the lineup. Granted, I would mark it mature. I don't know what we would do, really. It'd probably be very random. I was playing survivals and stuff. I don't know if we can get the whole crew to play with us. That is something that needs to be figured out. One thing that's affecting the idea of more people playing with us is our DM Scarlett. She doesn't have a working PC, so she can't play Minecraft with us. She can't play Project Zomboid, 7 Days to Die, GTA, because we have a lot of the same games. Or even Left 4 Dead 2. And yes, I do have a lot of zombie games. Because sometimes I just want to murder. And what better way to murder than playing a zombie game or GTA Survival? Other things I want to do is more rambles about my stories, not just Tales of Razi. I want to ramble about Price of Corruption, formerly Project X, also known as Price of Peace, to explain why that series is so hard for me to start and get going, as well as me trying to figure out how mature I want it and what kind of stuff I want in it, and struggling with that. I want to be able to ramble about that. Maybe create a warrior fanfic, because why not? Because sometimes I do want to revive my old warrior fanfics, and sometimes I don't. I do think me being more of a adult, because I'm in my late 20s, well, mid to late 20s. has made it so the content I kind of want to write about might be a bit mature for warriors. And that's weird given the fact that I personally cannot see myself writing spice, but implied spice is what I draw the line at. Which isn't great, because when I'm implying it most of the time, it's usually because of something bad. Fun fact, one of the, quote-unquote one-shots I wrote this year, which is part of, Tainted Sunrise, towards the end bit of Tainted Sunrise, when things start to convolute into just one arc that is prepping for Black Dawn. It hit all my mature themes except suicide, I think. I think that was the only theme it didn't hit, and even then, that's dubious because of how things played out. So yeah, I have one of my things I wrote is very triggering, apparently. But yeah. Like, on a different note, I do want to ramble also about Warriors, because I still read Warriors. Even though it's way after my age demographic at this point. It's like more or less grew up with it. It actually made me like reading. Before Warriors, I hated reading. Which is kind of hard to make because I really do like reading. I don't know why I just backed off there. But yeah, I do love reading. I have a book addiction. I can and will devour a book in a day if I have enough time to do so. If not, it might take up to 3 days these days. Granted, some of these books I'm reading that are taking me 3 days are thick books, like 500 pages worth. And warrior books usually only take me about a day or 2, depending on what time of day I started and how busy I am. But yeah, I digress. Like, I want to add more stuff. I just don't know if I'll be able to do it because I don't know how busy I am, and I am in some ways struggling to keep up with being 2 weeks ahead. Part of it's the D&D videos, them being long content. Part of it is I do group videos, and that's with Steven, and him not being available is screwing things up, because he only wants to be a week ahead, says the man who's yet to upload anything to his channel, since he had to restart it because he was dumb and got his Discord hacked and decided to abandon that entire email, because he was dumb. Reminder, people, don't fall for hacks. If someone is asking you for money to fix your problem, it's a false thing. It's a hack. And fun fact, his Discord is still trying to repeat the spam with people in their group, and we're not really falling for it because we know that Discord has been hacked for months. But yeah, I digress. Okay, I'm gonna give this one more try, and then I'm going to go over my rough 2 week schedule that needs tweaking. Also clan gen. It's gonna start being 2 different clan gens depending on which week it is. I still have yet to record the second one where I'm actually doing a challenge. In that video I will thank the person who suggested the challenge, but that'll happen when I record that video instead of putting it off. I just wanted to do this video first because this is gonna be longer because I ramble in circles. But yeah, schedule. I'm gonna start posting things twice a week. Bear with me as I don't look at Minecraft. But yeah, how it's gonna go is I'm gonna have an AM time and a PM time to upload. Only time it's not gonna be equivalent to 5 AM or 5 PM EST is when it's how do I put this? When I have more than 2 videos for that exact day. So the current plan is Universe Sim and Universe Sim starting January 5th. Modded Adventures is supposed to come out back January 6th. As I said, I'm gonna try to get it 1 or 2 more tries to get it to launch so I can get out of the nether. If I can get it to work and launch and get me myself out of the nether, it will be continued as is. I'm just gonna have to make some exceptions for stuff in the nether and give myself that because there's no way I can get it. If I can't get it out of the nether now because of the crashing, and I have a pretty decent, up-to-date PC, that's saying, yeah, no. And I know this thing tells me HoloClan for Wednesday. Why do I keep skipping? And then D&D's Tuesday, January 7th. But what says HoloClan January 8th is either Jumbo Clan or the Clan Gen Challenge for apprentices. I just need to double check the order. I don't remember the order. Then it's going to be Universe Sim on Thursday and Spore on Thursday. Realms on Friday. Stardew also on Friday. 70 Days to Die Saturday. Then it's going to be Universe Sim and Raft for Sundays. Last Days of Humanity will continue. It's going to be alternating with Modded Adventures. Minecraft Dungeons is still a maybe. I don't know if that's happening. I might just make that a day of rambling videos. Or maybe me throwing in me recording something random, I don't know. Tuesdays is random. When it's not D&D. And then it's whatever Clan Gen thing is for Wednesday. And then Thursdays, Universe Sim and Spore. Because Thursdays are going to be weekly Universe Sim and Spore, with Universe Sim being weekly. Let me look at Raft real quick. With Universe Sim weekly on Sunday mornings and Thursdays. It's just going to be weekly on Thursdays. Spore might jump to be twice a week. I don't know yet. Because I just don't know how often I'm going to be recording it. Because Space Stage is long and I want to get as much as I can. And it's pretty much just that over and over again. Fun fact, the ending of part 1 of D&D is March 1st. Technically speaking, we could count it as the 18th because I have to split it. That's gonna be the most annoying split for D&D, where I have to split a session in half. And it's not even a long session. So March 1st, we start with our part 2 characters. Fun fact, my part 2 character is a werewolf pirate who's mute. Because why not? It's around where we hit March is where it starts getting iffy for Raft. I think I have enough for just March, or at least to get us to wait midway through March. It's when we hit April, I do not have enough Raft. I haven't mapped out the scheduling enough for that. And as I said, some stuff is up for debate. So yeah. 7 Days to Die was added in because Steven wanted to record it instead of just playing it. And he decided he wanted it on Saturdays, and I decided to accept that. The only annoying thing is it's an hour long. Or at least about an hour long. But the hope is Realms will be weekly. Technically speaking, we have the first video of season 4 done, and we've done a lot of background work since then because it doesn't help that we're about a month ahead on realms in that sense. Well, it's less than a month now. It's about half a month. So we've been doing base work. Granted, I've been building bridge. So there's gonna be a lot between the first episode and the second episode. There's gonna be a lot of in-between work. The goal is for Steven to get as much as possible done of the basement. And then we're gonna have to talk about how do I put this? Since Minecraft's gonna be updating more constantly, isn't potentially twice a year because they're now having 2 Minecons a year. We're gonna just need to discuss hard if we actually want to do it every update, or do we want to do every update where the world gen is just decently affected? Because technically speaking, in some ways, I think we should have not swapped worlds and restarted. Well, we didn't even swap worlds, we just plain restarted. Because all was added that we're going to hunt down would be the Pale Forest. So I don't know. So my 2 cents is if it doesn't hugely affect the world gen, we probably should not restart. But that's my 2 cents. Dog Spy will be choosing the next map as long as he's free and wants to. He could literally just tell me, give me a random seed, and I'll just let randomly choose. Or he could just give me a seed. It's up to him. I don't know if Steven realizes that. I just like having a seed so I can choose which biome we spawn in. But yeah. The eventual plan is Sky Factory. I have no idea if it's returning. I'm going to probably add in some more Tales of Rozzy rambles. I need to stop overdoing that. I'm just happy I made that twice that far. I think I am rambling in circles. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yes. Okay, let me talk about the DeviantArt stuff before I get too far, I guess. DeviantArt. I started a comic. I might actually be restarting it because Comic Theory was giving me issues with the cover size, and I think DeviantArt also gave me an issue too, and the only way I got around with it was screenshotting. Which is a bit annoying. So I might need to actually look at my canvas sizes versus what other people have and base it off that. So I might redo the comic, but I might try to keep the panels and just resize them if I can, because I'm lazy. The plan is also, once I finish up Crush's Desires, because I still somehow have not finished it, even though it's really down to the wire, is for me to start writing Tainted Sunrise Chapter 1, which I'm gonna be using a thing where I wrote Duke's backstory as a reference. because it goes over the key things. I don't know how long the arc of Duke is gonna be, because technically speaking, it could be very short or it could be a few chapters. Depending on how things go. Fuck me. And then what happens after Duke's arc, it ends with Izzy becoming a tree. Because, yes, one of the characters I have, she kind of becomes a tree. And then what follows that is a time skip. Where cats have forgotten that they have power and shit. They forget they have supernatural abilities. Unless they themselves have it, or they're a twisted shadow or visionary, which is part of Izzy's power. Somewhere in there, I'll be doing a rewrite of Corrupted Desires as the actual plot, but I'm going to show some plot points with actually showing Tansy's point of view. I'm actually going to be forced to name the characters, probably. And then I won't show much of Corrupted Desires itself, because I have a hard debate of what I wanted to do with Ishel and Ava. Like, do I want to keep it the same? Or do I want Ishel not to be bound to Ava? So that's something to debate. And then I want to go over some more of Shadow Knight's past lives that I never written yet. Not all of them. Like, I know one of the ones I want to go over is the one where there was a huge sickness going on and a bunch of BS. And it's Shadow Knight's life before, technically speaking, Black Dawn. Or the life that before he enters the quote-unquote era of where Hazel's born. I do want to show some in-between arcs of that. Like, I want to show not just Shadow Knight's point of view. I want to show how Cliff Valley became homophobic. Is the best way to put it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna show or just briefly mention why Shadow Knight, the Shadow Forest is homophobic. Because Shadow Forest is because its population tends to be tiny, and whenever it gets too big, where they can probably be really accepting of such things, they could get hit with something like a plague or Kabuto, and most of the group ends up dead, and then you start taking in strays again to keep the group going. I do want to show the founders, how they founded. I want to show their deaths and the deaths of the first generation under the groups of power, and how things almost crumbled immediately. So I want to show all that. I'm probably going to be showing not early Shadow Force, early Cliff Valley under Falcon's rule, mixed in with maybe a little bit of Eagles. Because one, Shadow Knight's important to the plot, as is Dustin. Granted, I'm just attached to Shadow Knight. I knew that's why he's important to the plot. But yeah. So, I don't know whose point of view I'm going to be writing in Cliff Valley for Black Dawn. It could be Dustin. It could be Shadow Knight. It could be Ren. It could be Crystal. It could be Crystal Sister Diamond, who I don't think is gonna be the PP of a character because I'm more attached to the idea of writing just a one shot on what the hell she's gonna go through. I'm debating still if I want to kill Stone. I'm debating what I'm doing with Sven. Like, is he gonna get killed? Personally, it partly relies on if Stone shows up at Cliff of Light Dawn. And if Stone shows up at Cliff of Light Dawn, it means Stone's gonna have more babies. He's gonna have an army of kittens. That would make Shadow Knight blush, even though I think Shadow Knight's getting more kittens. Before I eventually kill him off, because yes, spoiler alert, I may or may not have plans to kill Shadow Knight. I'm not telling you when or how, but yeah, he might die. Destruction. Well, he's planned to die. Cause drama. One thing I am debating is Tiny. Because she is the descendant of Izzy. I need to decide if Tiny's actually affected by my original plans of Izzy's bloodline cannot be Twisted Shadows and Visionaries, because if I go back on that, that means Spotty and maybe a few others will become Twisted Shadows. And if you're wondering why I'm being sparing on Visionaries, it's because they can see the future. Sure, they can do more than just see the future, but they can see the future. I don't need that many cats that can be like, hey, this might happen, or XYZ happened. Hence why there's always going to be more Twisted Shadows than Visionaries. I also need to get some characters that are just naturally small, because Hazel's no longer naturally small. Because I've changed how runts work. And it makes no sense for Mia, who's supposed to be the tiniest of Hazel's kits, to also be a runt anymore, because runts being your biggest litter. Biggest of that litter is Zinnia. Followed by Jewel, then Lumi, then Mia. And Jewel's not even named Jewel anymore. She's named Pyre, and I keep forgetting that. This is what happens if you have characters for over a decade and they go under some name changes. So, yeah. I have writing plans to figure out. I need to get myself to finish Corrupted Desires. I killed Shadow Knight in there. I overhyped myself for it, so I feel less hyped now. So I now just need to write Ava having kittens after leaving River Valley with her boyfriend Oak, and then her death. And then I get to write not Izzy's. I get to write Tansy's death. And then it's done. And then the other note, reference sheets. As you all know, I have 300 plus characters. I'm going to be redoing templates again. So what's happened is Zenrev from my D&D group, she's pretty cool. She made me some custom templates for Tales of Razi. And the only ones I really need to tweak are the ones with the fangs, like Barry. Basically anyone from the Lavender faction. Duke. And then Artemis and maybe Thalia, depending if I still tear off her leg. And anyone who has some ear or eye deformity, where their eye or ear is missing. So I'm going to be using that mixed in with my own. I'm going to make some busts. So I want to redo the busts. some reference sheets are going to be more simple than others depending on how it is. I'm actually going to, if I can get away with it, cluster siblings or mates together. What I might even do is try to do entire litter, and maybe if I have to do a separate reference sheet for more detailed characters, I will, where it's just to show, hey, all these cats are siblings, and then here's the bust of their parents. That's what I might do. No guarantees. I still actually need to do it. And despite it's coming up, it's not high on my priority list. The priority list is catch up on YouTube videos, get Corrupt Desires done. Potentially try to get all the one-shots I wrote earlier this year written down, so I can put them in for the word count. Because I have my word count back, so I might as well use it. I'm also going to be adding a section for word count for my non-series that are not Tales of Rozzy, so I can just get myself a generalized one for basically how much words I've written over the years. I'm not going to show that here because I haven't finished Corrupt Desires, and who knows, by the time this video comes out, I might have finished it. And the word count would then be inaccurate. So what I think will happen is maybe I'll try to do update video once every 4 months. And I'll aim it for the last Saturday of the month. And do a word count update then, and if any schedule changes need to happen or anything, I'll put it there. I will be, if I have to take a break or cut down on videos, and it's before then, I might not actually even make a video stating, hey, this is going to go on hiatus or whatnot. I might just put that in a community tab, just to state, hey, I need to cut down on videos, I'm not keeping up, or I'm taking a mini break to get my buffer back, because I, Sapphire of Night, love my buffers. Buffers are great, and a great example of I like my buffers is I had from the beginning of this year till basically this week to get Corrupted Desires done. I mean, earlier this week to get Corrupted Desires done. It's not happened. And I'm currently in the state of, okay, now I have to get the next chapter done within under 2 weeks. And once I finish Corrupted Desires, I'm good till October-ish. Before I need to worry about posting third draft stuff. Stuff for the old stuff getting posted, it's just something I need to remember to set up. Great thing about Wattpad is there doesn't seem to be a limit on how much I can upload at once. It just has to be within a month of about 13 months. I think, if I'm understanding correctly. I don't know if YouTube has a limit or not. I've never hit that limit if there is one, because I'm struggling to keep it 2 weeks ahead. At one point I had 1 or 2 points. I had it a month ahead, and then buffer immediately died. Part of it is Steven, part of it is D&D videos or me being lax or busy. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. One thing I probably should mention is I eventually would like it if I could monetize my YouTube. If it never happens, that's fine, I guess. One thing I need to figure out is, do I need a secondary account just to do my book rambles? Because I do have a secondary backup email. and maybe I'll just label it that. Also, mini backstory on why suddenly Forever Lost Productions is a thing. Well, you see, when I can't fit the name Sapphire of Night, I put Forever Lost because the thing is, I have a very poor sense of direction. Sometimes I cannot tell my right from my left. There's been times when I played Ark Survive Evolved back before we had a server, and we had a little lead thing like, hey, you can only be so and so far from the host. I would get lost and somehow not see the host still. Like, part of the stuff is I could make a full plan for the year and it wouldn't be accurate because I don't know how things are going to go. I can guarantee up to basically March 1st, I probably will be able to keep up to some degree with Raft and stuff. Granted, I don't know if I can keep up with the amount of videos I want to do, but I'm going to try. I cannot guarantee that I won't have to come up with videos or just skip a video if Steven's not available. I cannot guarantee that if the power comes out for whatever reason, that I will be able to keep up because I live in an area where it snows and it's not the most populated area, which means power doesn't immediately go back on as quick it would in a city. So if power goes out, there's always that off chance I get behind because of that. Which is why I want to be 2 weeks ahead. So if something does happen, like the power goes out, or I become very busy for a week, I can keep up. Like, I would like to get to the point where I can just spend half the week just recording, like one half of the week, aka 3 days of a week recording, and then maybe 1 to 2, maybe pushing 3, just editing and then uploading those videos, and then just have a day off to do whatever. But I don't know if that's even feasible for me. As I said, my schedule stuff for reasons IRL, it's still up in the air. Like, I have these goals, no guarantee I can keep them. My goal for next year, though, is to potentially just make it so I can have some days a week, mainly for Universe and maybe Spore, being posted twice a week. Maybe double my subscriber count, I don't know. I do want to enjoy myself, have a good time. I want to get more writing done. Because I would love by the 15th anniversary to actually be publishing my books, which means I have 4 years to start getting books written and published, which really isn't a lot of amount of time. At the same time, it feels like it is. It's not. So the plan is for Tales of Razi, though. Third draft is my final public draft, where I'm trying to get my story ideas out one last time, and then the fourth draft will hopefully be the published draft, where I do my edits, tweak things to fit better if the timeline needs to be tweaked. If I didn't like something, remove it or fix it. I would like to do a comic for it, just so I have another way to show off the medium, because I know some people cannot read and do better with comics. printed. I also know some people just do better of audiobooks. So I might, maybe, if I have extra time, starting probably with the next anniversary, maybe I'll do chapters. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the year after, because there really isn't much point in me start posting stuff when I want the Wattpad to go up first. Ignoring the comic. How the comic's gonna go is, once I get that prologue up, it's going to probably be me in the background working on it. And then I'm gonna require myself to have a full chapter done, preferably. And be the next chapter ahead, whatnot. Like, what I need to do is, I need to do a test page after I potentially fix the sizing of the pages, just for dialogue, because even though I'm a dialogue heavy person for writing, I don't have any dialogue, surprisingly, in the prologue, because I removed it because I decided to remove the preview Hazel V's fan, which might not even happen, or it might play out differently, depending on how things go. I don't know. But long story short, for people who've been listening to my rambling circles, schedule is gonna slowly tweak. With some stuff staying the same, stuff changing. Modded Adventures might be rebooted again. What I might actually do is that little bit of recording of me going to the Nether before I crashed. Might be I go in a portal and then oh, look at that, I'm in a new world. That's what might happen. And given that, if I have to do that, I will give myself the dogs back. Or something, I don't know. Stardew should be weekly, every other week on Fridays. But it's partly dependent on Steven. His brother, who's in some of the videos, might not be there. That's up to him if he wants to be in there. But yeah. Expect more Universe Sim. Spore's gonna go bare minimum back to weekly. Raft is gonna be every other week until we can manage to do it weekly, if at all. I'm failing at this most simple jump of all. But yeah. I plan to add in Ranch Sim. Farm Sim's in the plans. I just need to do some actual practicing in the game to get a better feel for driving and stuff, because when it says Farm Sim, I thought it meant we work our way up to industrial. No, we start into industrial farming. Which I guess each to their own. But yeah, I thought it would have been a bit more realistic in the sense of actual small-time farmer turning into big-time farmer. Instead of, oh, when you think of a farm, you're thinking of the industrial-sized farm where you have 100,000 cows and you're planting them in small areas and shit. And fields and fields of corn, because corn is profitable even though it's not the greatest thing. Yeah. I don't know. Basically, yeah. I don't know how things are gonna go fully. I do know I should be good till March. As long as I can keep up with the uploading and scheduling stuff, just fine. Some of it is just Steven. Some of it is I'm just gonna have to deal with D&D being not as edited as it was before, because even though I want to cut every little blip out or a long gap out, I should just be focusing on cutting out someone's IRL name being said, if they don't want their name said, because the videos are already 1 to 4 hours long, 4.5. I think the longest recording we've done is 6 somehow. And the eventual plan is, after this campaign is done, is for me to make it into smaller segments. I don't know how much, by smaller I mean smaller, is. I don't know if it's going to be 20 minutes to half hour per section until that session's done. But it's going to be the recording cleaned up a bit best as I can, with images of our characters interacting and shit. I might recruit Zenrift, I might not, I don't know. On a very random note, there's a small chance I might consider getting myself Clip Studio Paint, even though I love Fire Alpaca, simply because I want to do comics and reference sheets. My thoughts on the matter are, I know it's easier to do CS Paint and reference sheets, and comics or manga or whatever in CS Paint. I know it's easier. They have better tools for that. Heck, I could do my human OCs in CS Paint because they'll have little 3D models, and I can use that to help me make a rough body figure and then start going from there to design the character, so I can actually have character designs for them, even if that's a bit cheaty. Because I'm mostly a cat artist. Granted, I do like drawing backgrounds to some degrees, even if I think trees are evil. Granted, I was struggling more with ferns than trees somehow. That's beside the point. So I think I want to draw this rambling mess of, yeah, I made some progress in 2024. It's a bit hectic, and I don't know how things are going to look in 2025 for more than one reason. But I'm hoping it'll be a good one, and I'll make more progress. Also, I'm aware one of my major flaws is not having thumbnails. The eventual plan is the chaotic evil plan of myself, is to force myself to rewatch videos and make a custom thumbnail for each one that does not have its own custom thumbnail, instead of just letting the AI of YouTube choose the thumbnail from a random photo in the thing and hoping for the best. Like, that's the only thing I don't like about DaVinci Resolve, because I did swap editing platforms. I actually do most part like DaVinci Resolve better than OpenShot. The only downside is DaVinci, I could actually take a screenshot of the thing as I'm watching it. Maybe DaVinci has that option, I just don't see it, or it's a paid option. Because technically speaking, DaVinci Resolve is both free and not free. I don't know. So, maybe one day, maybe next year, I'll slowly work through my thumbnails. Maybe. I don't know. No guarantees. Titles, though, will always have random shit. Maybe I'll take a page out of some YouTubers' books and actually have a quote in there as the title. I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping to make more progress. Maybe get some more subscribers. I just hope I'm making content that you enjoy, because I enjoy making it for the most part. Except when I get frustrated with something. Granted, the least favorite part is the editing, which is funny because that used to be my favorite part back in high school when I was starting to learn film and photography, was editing the videos. That was my favorite part. I probably, starting next year, will actually try to bother more with actual transitions instead of just the fade, like I've been doing. But yeah, I'll see you guys next year with more videos. Also, it's a quick random note. It says I uploaded 195. I know for a fact that's wrong, because this was given to me the 17th. I have videos through the 31st planned. I just need to edit them and record 4 of them? 3 of them? 3 or 4 videos I just need to record for the rest of the year. Granted, I think so. I think 2 of them were actually early next year. But yeah, I definitely have over 195 videos uploaded by the end of the year. To my 22, if not more, if I'll have a chance to get more somehow, subscribers, I wish you well and wish you a great next year. And I'll see you then. If you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see, comment down below. If you heard me mention a game in this video that I'm not recording and you want to see me play, let me know. Maybe I'll put it on the Tuesdays of randomness. Or when Steven's not available and I really wanted a video out of him and he was not available for it. Even if that messes up my schedule. It's gonna be fine. Hopefully things will work out well. And I'll catch up and get my buffer back. But either way, I'll see you guys in the next video and next year as well. See you guys then. Bye!